Assalamu alaikum. Here is Osama Tahir from Learn English with Osama Tahir. Today we are not going to talk about language learning, fun facts, or psychological facts. Today we are going to dig deeper into a branch of linguistics. As you know, in linguistics we study the language scientifically and we try to figure out different dimensions according to it. So, stylistics. This lecture is for the modern learners of language in linguistics and literature, and also for the general audience. What are we going to learn in this video lecture? First of all, we are going to learn what is stylistics. We are going to talk about modern stylistics and as well as the levels of stylistics. So here you can see the picture. There are different personalities of literature: Geoffrey Chaucer, Mirza Ghalib, Iqbal, Allama Iqbal, and William Shakespeare. So let's move forward. What is stylistics? Stylistics is the study of the writers and types of literature. For example, what is style? Style is the way you do something, the way you perform something. Your unique way of doing something is considered to be the style. And in stylistics, we study it thoroughly and deeply. It's the study of the style of the writers and the types of literatures. How Shakespeare is different from Chaucer will be discussed in stylistics. That how their writings are different, how they are conveying their message in different manners, how one writer is trying to convey his message. I mean, a writer can convey his message in different ways, and which method or which way is chosen by the writer. So, genres of literature. There are different genres of literature, and they are divided into three main genres: prose, which can be fiction or factual. I mean, fiction which is based on imaginations, or factual which is based on facts, figures, and which is about like scientific papers. Next one is poetry, and third one is drama. So, you are seeing these books. Can you categorize them into one single genre? No, you will say some of the books will be about drama, some of the book will be considered as poetry, or some of them will be written in the prose. So this is about the categories. This is the genres of literature. Which instruments we have for the stylistic analysis? I mean, we are analyzing the text, we are differentiating the text, or we are differentiating the writers. What kind of instruments we have to differentiate them? We have sentence length. I mean, what is the length of the sentence? The use of figurative language, use of dialogues, word choice. What is the word choice of the writer? What kind of vocabulary he is using? What is the tone, which is milder, harsh, sympathetic, weak, strong? The use of local colors or the culture, the use of irony. What is figure of speech? Figurative language uses figures of speech to be more effective. For example, a writer could be using metaphor, simile, personification, hyperbole, allusion. We are going to discuss them one by one. So, examples: his friend is as black as coal. It's an example of simile. It's an example of simile. I mean, the writer is comparing his friend with the coal. Or my friend is Shakespeare when he attends English class. It's an example of metaphor that my friend is Shakespeare. It's the direct comparison, or the direct saying that one person is another, one thing is another. Stop acting like Romeo. It's allusion. I mean, the reference from the history. She is as heavy as an elephant. Hyperbole. It's the extreme exaggeration. Through this tool, you exaggerate something. Modern stylistics. What is modern stylistics? Basically, modern stylistics is the modern genre or the modern era of stylistics, and it has three subfields: feminist stylistics, discourse stylistics, and cognitive stylistics. What are these? First of all, feminist stylistics. Stylistics primarily deals with the writings and the differences between the writings of male and females. For example, A male sentence would contain the element of control and choice. It would be clear and logical, I mean rational, and it would be assertive and open and authoritative. On the other hand, female sentences would need the admiration and approval. I mean, there will not be that sure as compared to male, and they lacks authority and rationality, emotive and apologetic. This is the tone of the females. This is the psyche of the females to write in that way. All of these differences will be discussed in the feminist stylistics. Next is purpose of stylistics. What are the different purposes of stylistics? We study the language, we examine the style of the writer, we study the multiple literature, and study how messages being conveyed. There are different levels of stylistic analysis. We have to decide on which level we are going to analyze a text, we are going to analyze a writer, or whatever. It doesn't depend on the genre you are studying or analyzing. It depends on the level you have decided and how you are going to analyze it. There are different levels of stylistic analysis, ranging from phonology to pragmatic and discourse analysis. First of all, phonology and phonetics. You are going to study the sounds, you are going to study the sound devices, you are going to understand them, how the writer is using them. Graphology. In graphology, you are going to see how the written material has been presented, and all of the MS Word features are considered to be graphological features. Morphology. In morphology, you are going to study how the writer has used the words and how the writer is making words. For example, in morphology, you study how words are formed. For example, satisfaction, dissatisfaction, satisfied. This is the example of morphology. You are going to study the words, how you change words, how you make words. And in syntax and grammar, you're going to analyze what kind of structures and sentences the author or the writer is using. And in lexical analysis, you are going to analyze the lexical category. You are going to analyze the way he is, the category of the words he is using. It could be formal, it could be informal, it could be technical, it could be non-technical. It depends on the situation and the taste of the writer. Next is pragmatic and discourse analysis. The way words and sentences are used in everyday situation rather than the dictionary meaning and the meaning of the language in context. In the context, how they are using the words. This is the basic thing that you have to analyze in pragmatics and discourse analysis. So the basic difference between phonetics and phonology is given here, and phonology is the bigger umbrella, and phonetics is the part of it. And in phonetics, we deal with the physical properties of sounds and how you produce them, but in phonology, you deal with the variations in it. For example, you say, as in cat, talk, swift. In all of the three examples, t is phonetics, yet how each individual would pronounce differently is phonology. So there is a subtle difference you need to understand. So this was all today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Take care.